contesté l'accusation de faire des amalgames et de limiter certaines libertés au prétexte de cibler les islamistes radicaux.
Merci pour ces précisions. Devant les derniers chiffres du coronavirus, le confinement pourra-t-il ou non être levé comme prévu le 15 décembre, c'est-à-dire mardi prochain? Chaque jour qui passe fait pencher la balance vers le haut. En cause le cas journalier fixé par Emmanuel Macron pour enclencher ce déconfinement, on en est encore loin. Hier, on dépassait les 13 000 malades recensés. Se tient aujourd'hui un conseil de défense autour du président de la République. Le Premier ministre interviendra demain. Le gouvernement pourrait remettre en cause la réouverture des lieux publics, des lieux culturels, cinéma et autres musées. L'accord commercial post-Brexit toujours dans l'impasse alors qu'approche à grands pas la date butoir du 31 décembre. Rencontre ce soir à Bruxelles la présidente de la Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, un tête-à-tête qualifié de rendez-vous de la dernière chance. Juliette Garbrand, pour le moment, les positions sont figées. Rien n'avance sur les sujets qui bloquent sont la pêche, les règles de la concurrence et la résolution des différends.
Oui, Gilles, il ne faut pas s'attendre à un accord définitif sur du chapeau. Mais c'est ça politique. En fait, tout
Mrs. Elm took a step closer to Nora. Always more. Mrs. Elm returned to her train of thought. Do everything differently. This is your opportunity, Nora, to see how things could be. The slow-moving shelves came to a halt. Nora noticed that on one of the shelves...
Ça a pas lieu d'être. Et puis tous ces abrutis qui sont dans les tribunes, qui viennent se défouler le dimanche en voyant des matchs, où ils vont voir de plus en plus d'acteurs effectivement pour se défouler, ces gens-là n'ont rien à faire là. Il faut tout faire et faire en sorte que ces gens-là effectivement soient exclus définitivement des stades. C'est pas un défouloir, un terrain de foot, et il faut pas que ça le devienne. Donc
تخلدون وإذا بطشتم جبارين
يعني هل هو السبب dernière journée de la Ligue des champions déjà qualifiée under his rule were required to pay tribute in proportion to the population in their fiefs. Anyone who brought inadequate or poor quality gold would be deposed. In other words, the gold in Liu He's tomb should have gone to Emperor Xuan, not in this tomb. Historical records indicate Emperor Xuan waived Liu He's obligation to attend the annual event when he receive the first batch out of 3 million du moment. Rendez-vous sur www.cri.cn puis cliquez sur la rubrique français. Tour d'horizon.
I mean, just like we were talking about with the 250s and the 300s, MRF 250s and 300s. Why not? So if you can get one that. And 7R Ewing.
Well, see, how do you get used to that smell, man?
These people that have a garage full of toilet paper, those are the guys that we need to hang. All the toilet paper out here shit like pine cones. You gotta watch the way you wipe over them. Yeah, they're professional for sure.
Maybe all these people with toilet paper, they can do some horse trading with their excess inventory when this is all over.
Yeah, for amplified. Yeah, was that smoke? No, they mixed all that nasty stuff and gooey stuff. We used to clean up the waste pits every summer. When I was a kid on my bicycle, I'd run some coffee for the construction guy, the guy in the big guy in the tree. He was a big Irishman. He onions like apples. You bring it back to old memories now. Well, that was coming up the snow, I guess.
Did you see this one, Paul?
What's that?
West Virginia chemical plant blew up.
When?
It says Tuesday night, 2-mile perimeter, everybody's on lockdown. The Chemours plant in Bell, just after 10 p.m., blew up.
What set it up? I want to know why they got them in lockdown.
Toxic plume of smoke.
Okay, all right.
So they're probably not on lockdown as far as, being made to say now. They got that area cordoned off because of the chemicals, I would think.
An N95 mask will protect you. Yeah.
Just don't touch it.
It doesn't say the chemical that they were manufacturing. It just says the name of the plant. But it goes on to say there's aerial photography. It looks pretty nasty. So I don't know how long it's going to take them to clear the air and get everything secure again. But it just happened late last night.
Anybody get killed?
Doesn't say. I guess it's on NBC News, but it just broke in here, and I didn't know. Maybe they just got the story. There might be more to go.
Oh, yeah, well, I have as big as it takes this here after a while, man. You got to remember that.
They do go on to say that the fire is under control, though.
That's right. That's a good thing.
Good morning, everybody.
It's on MSN.
Oh, okay. Now, they don't have as big as takes this here after a while. Wear your mask.
Oh, Rick.
What?
You know who else was on 7191 yesterday?
Who?
You are Jay.
Oh, Mikey? Yeah, I talked to him a lot down there.
Oh, really? I think that was the first time I heard him there.
Yeah, he's been down there.
I need to get on more often.
You need to turn your radios on more often.
Well, there's a lot of times I'll have it on and have my headphones on, but I'll be doing stuff over here, and I don't key up because I'm involved in whatever I'm doing. But that happens a lot.
I just leave my computer on, and it's tuned into the SDR in Washington, D.C., man. That thing hears everybody.
I got it all figured out, too, Rick. Once Christmas rolls around and I put that chair together, I'm going to recline, put the footrest out, recline all the way down, and move the boom microphone to me, and I'm going to lay down and talk. And if I fall asleep, I won't be hitting the microphone.
Yeah, I know it. You always know here you're talking, you won't be reading the stuff, you'll be snoozing.
Yeah.
Ralph, you like the Washington, D.C. SDR better than the one in Pennsylvania?
Not all the time, no. Occasionally, it's good. Depends on where you're trying to listen to. They're both good. They both have unique coverage, though, I believe. I like them both, though.
Yeah, I just got to bounce around a lot.
I'll put that one on sometimes, and then I'll put the one on in Sedona, and I'll listen, to both of them, both sides of the country. A lot of times that'll hear everything.
Yeah, that's what I do sometimes.
Now, when y'all keyed the one in for Sedona, are you hearing stations out west?
No, you can hear the East Coast, too. I mean, it all depends on where the conditions are coming from.
Yeah, I just wondered if you did hear some of the East Coast stations.
Yeah, you do, quite a bit, and that's one of the things that, if they're within a few hundred miles of the receiver, the SDR, on the East Coast, you can't hear them. That's why you put on the one from the West Coast.
Yeah, I put on DC, and I'll put on Sedona, and, on your tabs, you got a little speaker icon. You can cut each speaker off to each one, and I'll pick the one that has that station coming in the best, and I'll cut the other one off as far as sound.
That's how I do it.
Oh, that's cool. Can you do that on your phone, or is it on your laptop?
That's a good question. I don't know about that. Unless you do a desktop version on your phone.
No, I don't use it that way on my phone. I only do it on my desktop, on my laptop computer. That one and the one in northern Utah, the one that listens on a log periodic, that's a real good one.
Yeah, I checked both of those out today because I rarely listen to the Sedona, the ones out west, but 90% of the time I'm using them on my iPhone.
You might, if you open up a couple of tabs, you just have to switch between the tabs and cut the sound off.
That is pretty cool.
I was listening on 80 meters the other day. I was listening to that northern Utah, and there was a net going on. I forget what frequency it was, but everybody that was checking in was crystal clear coming in on the SDR. But you listen on your regular antenna, you couldn't hear nothing.
And that one out of Sedona, the one that's got just about everything on it. You have to scroll down a list of what you want to do. That one is pretty good.
I think that's where Missy and I are going to go on vacation next summer.
To a station?
To Sedona.
You gonna go check out the Sedona SDR?
Yeah, that'll be our first stop. Yeah, I'll send you a text when we're there and you got to start transmitting.
My buddy bought an SDR converter that you can put on your radio for $25. And you can hook it up to your computer and receive an SDR. That's what he was saying. He said he likes it. He can hear stuff that he can never hear with his radio.
So why don't you just go to one of the SDR pages and you don't have to pay $25 plus cables.
Called a dongle.
Yeah, dongle.
They've been around for quite a while.
Oh, is that right? I didn't know about it.
Priority thing, isn't it?
So what's the difference? Hearing it on the SDR on the computer or using that converter?
Well, as I understand it, I don't have one. You just plug it in. You do your USB with it, and you go green that way. Otherwise, you just key in webfbi.org and you go in that way. So a couple different ways to go in, but the dawn has been around before this fbi.org. That's what I understand. Google dongle. Say that 2 times fast. Google dongle and see what you get. I got upstairs to fix my dongle, so I'll be back in here tomorrow. Oh my God. Oh no, I'll hang around for a little bit here. I gotta be quiet here. 200 standing by.
Yeah, don't let your dongle dangle.
You're cracking yourself up, Bill.
Programa de vacunación más grande en la historia de la nación, una vez que asuma el cargo el 20 de enero, no fueron invitados. Desde Washington para Radio y les habló Michelle Saguín.
Y las acciones estadounidenses cerraron al alza ayer martes, en parte debido a las noticias positivas sobre la vacuna del COVID-19, mientras que la incertidumbre sobre el nuevo estímulo fiscal mantuvo las ganancias bajo control. Alejandro Escalona también tiene este informe.
Las acciones estadounidenses cerraron al alza el martes, en parte debido a las noticias positivas sobre la vacuna COVID-19, mientras que la incertidumbre sobre el nuevo estímulo fiscal en Estados Unidos mantuvo las ganancias bajo control. Johnson & Johnson elevó tanto al Dow Jones como el Standard & Poor's 500 después de que la compañía dio resultados de prueba en la última etapa de una vacuna COVID-19 de dosis única, desarrollando en enero antes de lo esperado. Pfizer también avanzó a superar el siguiente obstáculo para obtener la aprobación de su vacuna COVID para uso de emergencia, luego de que el regulador de salud de Estados Unidos publicó documentos que no plantean nuevos problemas de seguridad o eficacia. Los principales índices de Wall Street se han negociado en un rango estrecho para comenzar la semana de operaciones, ya que los inversores buscan más estímulos ante el aumento de los casos de COVID-19 y las nuevas restricciones en el sector. Extraoficialmente, el medio de Dow Jones 113 puntos, el Standard & Poor's 500 16 puntos, el 0,49%. El Congreso estadounidense vota esta semana un proyecto de financiación provisional para brindar más tiempo para los legisladores, con el objeto de que lleguen a un acuerdo sobre el gasto y el alivio de la pandemia, y tienen como plazo el viernes.
Y otra información nos llega también de aquí de Estados Unidos. El ejército de Estados Unidos anunció ayer martes el despido o suspensión de 14 oficiales, ellos generales, por haber creado un ambiente permisivo del abuso y el acoso sexual en la base militar de Fort Hood, en Texas, donde desde hace 8 meses fue asesinada la soldado Vanessa Guillén. Las medidas disciplinarias son fruto de una investigación en reacción al asesinato de Guillén, de 20 años de edad, y que desapareció el pasado 22 de abril, poco después de haber contado a su familia que había sido sexualmente por de sus sargentos en esta masiva instalación militar. Sus restos fueron hallados el 30 de julio, 2 meses después de su desaparición, y su presunto asesino, Aaron David, su compañero de base, cuando la policía fue a interrogarlo. En una rueda de prensa, el secretario del Ejército, Ryan McCarthy, admitió que la investigación sobre la muerte de la joven soldado identificó graves fallos en los mecanismos para atender las denuncias de acoso y abuso sexual en un clima que tolera esos abusos. Nos vamos ahora a otra información. Esta nos llega desde Nicaragua. La Comisión Interamericana de Derechos Humanos anunció la adopción de medidas cautelares en favor de la abogada Yonarqui de Los Ángeles Martínez, representante legal de presos políticos en Nicaragua. En un comunicado de prensa, el órgano autónomo de la OEA dijo que las medidas cautelares son extensivas a la familia de la abogada. La comisión señaló que tomó la decisión por considerar que Martínez y su familia se encuentran en una situación de gravedad de urgencia de riesgo de daño irreparable a sus derechos. Además, afirmó que las denuncias señalan a Martínez como una persona bajo asedio desde que aceptó representar a perseguidos políticos. La comisión exigió que el gobierno del presidente Daniel Ortega adopte las medidas necesarias para que la abogada realice sus labores sin ser objeto de actos de intimidación, persecución, hostigamientos y amenazas. Seguimos también allí en Nicaragua. Pese a la pandemia del COVID-19, los nicaragüenses se arriesgaron a celebrar la tradicional gritería a la Virgen María. Desde Managua, lo tiene Dalgalí. Nicaragua, la tradicional tiradera de masas de pólvora inicia la mayor fiesta del país y la histórica purísima gritería María. Desde este año la jerarquía católica nicaragüense suspendió la celebración oficial de la gritería por un impacto de la pandemia del COVID-19, luego que de la purísima se arriesgaron a celebrar este excepcional evento religioso en la parroquia del Divino Corazón de Jesús, ubicada en el barrio San Judas, en el occidente de Nicaragua. Los feligreses optaron por continuar la tradición. Morales, un tradicionalista del barrio, contó a Voz de América que durante 5 años ininterrumpidos ha apoyado a la parroquia en esta celebración.
Porque nuestra devoción es tan grande, Madre Santísima María, que sabemos que ella nos va a proteger. Estamos tomando medidas para...
El cardenal Leopoldo José Brenes indicó que las recomendaciones y que los devotos puedan celebrar en familia y que los protocolos para evitar y es posible que lo destinaron para el brindis se sustituya por hacer obras de caridad o de misericordia.
Junto con el Santo Padre, nosotros hemos dicho que la vida es lo más importante. Decíamos nosotros que en la gritería hacemos altares en las parroquias en los hogares.
Por su parte, el gobierno del presidente Daniel Ortega anunció docenas de actividades vinculadas a la tradicional
Really good.
Yeah, what's it called?
I'll be watching that probably.
Dan gives it 5
However long
stars.
it lasts.
Double. What's it called, Dan?
Band of Brothers.
Band of Brothers, okay. Now, everybody that's ever watched that series gives it a 5-star rating. Especially the military guys.
Okay, that's fun. Who's that, Dennis? Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Con el movimiento Putin, el grupo de insurgentes chiitas se ha acreditado.
How many seasons is it, do you know?
I haven't heard, Dan. I don't get HBO or Netflix or any of that. I'm not going to pay for any of it.
I don't. Well, I'm paying for HBO, but their shows are really good.
Who, HBO?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is Amazon I'm talking about.
My
Animal
was,
Kingdom, and it
how
is
many seasons?
excellent.
his band of brothers.
Okay. Well, you know, if you have Amazon delivery, it costs you $17, I think it's up to now. But you get Amazon streaming free, and then you get free shipping. That's it, just the shipping is worth it.
Yeah, we're on the same thing over here, Wayne, and actually I was kind of disappointed the other day when we were twice we run into Dolores number 2 in the store. I hadn't seen her in about 15 years. She's a retired nurse and wearing a mask. We used to think that was no big deal at all. I bought a box of masks the other day and it said, you get free shipping, Mike. I mean, it's there's a lot of stuff we buy in the course of a year.
Es un poquito más alto, tiene 16 metros más, así que es lo que informe que tiene la agencia AFP. El monte Everest tiene 8.848 metros, 86 centímetros. La cifra pone fin a décadas de debate entre China y Nepal, que hicieron el anuncio el martes en una conferencia de prensa conjunta en Katmandú. La cumbre más alta del mundo gana así 86 centímetros con respecto a la medida previamente reconocida por Nepal, y más de 4 metros comparados con la altitud medida anteriormente por China. Este diferencial se debía al hecho de que Pekín medía la base rocosa de la cumbre y no su capa de nieve, que ahora sí se tiene en cuenta. Nepal decidió llevar a cabo su primer estudio por su cuenta tras recibir información que los movimientos tectónicas, incluido el fuerte terremoto del 2015, podrían haber alterado su altura. China realizó luego su propio estudio. Según expertos, realmente ambos países realizaron un promedio conforme a criterios científicos para llegar a una cifra común.
El mundo de la información.
De San Juan Diego, la narración de las apariciones de Guadalupe es fascinante y el protagonista es este indígena mexicano desconocido entonces, quien a mediados del siglo XVI conoció a la Virgen en una colina, lugar que se convertiría a lo largo de los siglos en el centro de la peregrinación mariana mundial. Y al saludar en nuestro idioma, los que recibieron la audiencia general de esta mañana, el Papa Francisco les dijo:
hoy conmemoramos a San Juan Diego, a quien Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe escogió como su enviado. A través de su intercesión, presente a la Virgen en los países de América Latina, damnificados por la pandemia y los desastres naturales, para que ella, mi madre, salga al encuentro de sus hijos y los cubra con su manto. Damos además al Señor que infunda en nosotros su Espíritu Santo, para que vivifique nuestra oración y transforme nuestro corazón, abriendo los servicios de la caridad. Que el Señor nos bendiga a todos.
En su catequesis, el Santo Padre prosiguió con el tema de la oración cristiana, plenamente humana, dijo, porque abraza la alabanza y la súplica. Como hemos dicho en titulares, esta mañana, a partir de las 9:30, desde la biblioteca del Palacio Apostólico, el Santo Padre Francisco ofreció la tradicional audiencia general. Con una lectura bíblica se introdujo el tema. Escuchemos.
Del Salmo 28. A ti te llamo, Señor, roca mía. No seas sordo a mi voz. No sea que si guarda silencio, me ocurra como a los que bajan a la tumba. Escucha la voz de mi plegaria cuando a ti grito, y elevo mis manos hacia tu templo santo. Bendito sea el Señor que ha escuchado la voz de mi oración. El Señor es mi fuerza y mi escudo. Mi corazón confiaba en Él y me socorrió. Por eso mi corazón se alegra y le canto agradecido. Palabra de Dios. Santo Padre, los fieles de lengua española que siguen esta catequesis a través de los medios de comunicación desean manifestarle cordialmente sus sentimientos de filial afecto, que acompañan con fervientes oraciones por sus intenciones de pastor de toda la iglesia. Al final de este encuentro se recitará el Padre Nuestro en latín. Después, el Santo Padre impartirá la bendición apostólica, de modo particular a los niños y a los ancianos, a los enfermos y a cuantos... Queridos hermanos y hermanas, la oración cristiana es plenamente humana, porque abraza la alabanza y la súplica. Encontramos esta reunión en la oración que Jesús nos enseñó al Padre Nuestro, modelo de toda oración. Nos dirigimos a Dios como hijos y con confianza filial le presentamos todas nuestras necesidades. Le suplicamos los dones más sublimes, empezando con la santificación de su nombre y la venida de su reino. Y también los dones más sencillos, como el pan de cada día, que incluye salud, casa, comida, necesario para nuestra vida corporal, también la Eucaristía para nuestra vida espiritual. Y digo de suplicar es algo muy humano, ya que como criaturas no somos autónomos, sino que dependemos de los mandatos divinos. Prueba de ello es la precariedad de nuestra condición humana, marcada por la enfermedad, por la inquietud, la soledad y el sufrimiento.
For putting your new life-protecting robots into service. May it help ensure people's safety for many years to come in the grace of the Providence.
Environmental Prize honoring planet-saving solutions unveiled. His Royal Highness Prince William of the United Kingdom and famed British natural historian, 94-year-young Sir David Attenborough, have announced the Earthshot Prize, a new prestigious global environmental award with a £50 million fund. 5 prizes of £1 million each will be given annually until 2030 for a total of 50 innovative answers to the Earth's most serious environmental issues. All are eligible for the competition, including people, governments, and corporations. Winners will be recognized for new ideas, policies, technologies, or solutions which address one of these 5 areas: protect and restore nature, clean our air, revive our oceans, build a waste-free world, and fix our climate. Our gratitude, Your Royal Highness Prince William and Sir David Attenborough, for your vital leadership in Earth's protection. In God's glory, may many wonderful ideas to safeguard our precious planet quickly arise.
Indian social worker saves lives with free ambulance service during pandemic. Komna Konyak of Mon in northeastern India's Nagaland state converted his vehicle into an ambulance and transported about 150 people, including 48 pregnant women about to give birth, to the hospital. The 39-year-old humanitarian received permission from local officials to carry out his life-saving service, which he provided for 100 days until Mon received its first of 3 ambulances. Mr. Konyak also acted as an interpreter for villagers who spoke dialects of the local language that medical staff did not understand, and took blood donors to and from the hospital. The kind man had been given the truck by his father, who requested him to put this gift to good use. We applaud your altruism, Omnau Konyak. May your selfless deeds inspire many as we extend a helping hand to those in need in divine mercy. Coming up, the European Union supports lab-to-meat-related research. We will pause for a moment to be grateful for the sense of belonging and encouragement we feel from having like-minded people who have common goals around us. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for more smoothing news.
Vegan fried eggs. Vegan boiled eggs. Vegan poached eggs. Vegan omelet. Vegan scrambled eggs. much more. Vegan eggs, irresistible.
This is a free of charge public service announcement. For more details and free downloads on how you can enjoy great vegan products, recipes and more, please visit suprememastertv.com/b-veg. For more details and free downloads, please visit suprememastertv.com/NWN. And for full channel listings, suprememastertv.com/worldwide.
Welcome back to Noteworthy News, rewarding news for a satisfying world. European Union invests in cell cultured meat research. The EU's Horizon 2020 R&D program recently granted 2.7 million euros to lab-grown meat consortium called Meat for All. The group is led by Spanish startup Biotech Foods, creators of the cell-based Epica meat, and includes French biotech company Organotechnie. Meat for All's mission includes culturing cells without animal serum, mass producing and commercializing cultured meat, as well as developing food safety tests. The project will advance the EU's implementation of its Green Deal, which has the goal of making the continent carbon neutral by 2050. The European Union is a Shining World Leadership Award for Peace recipients and a Shining World Leadership Awards for Compassion, Unconditional Work, Care and True Caring laureates. Exceptional news, European Union, Biotech Foods and Organotechnie for your initiative to speak alternative proteins to the consumer market. May your research lead to successful outcomes with cultivated meat products more widely and quickly available in heaven's joy.
Animal Sanctuary connects uniquely able children and animals. Safe in Austin was founded by Jamie Wallace Greiner and David Greiner of Austin, Texas, United States, after seeing the immensely positive effects of Angel, a service dog, on their autistic son Jackson. The 4-hectare property provides a home to their family of 5 humans and 150 animals rescued from abuse and neglect, including pigs, cows, goats, dogs, cats, tortoises, chickens, and more. Some of the animal friends have health issues or mobility challenges and use custom-made wheelchairs. Visitors to the nonprofit, including differently able children, have the opportunity to interact with the treasured animal friends, often finding solace and inspiration from the loving co-inhabitants. You have moved us to tears with the wonderful work you do. Safe in Austin. May heaven bless you, your special animal residents, and all those they help, with many joyful years ahead filled with love in God's protecting embrace.
Let's sit back and relax with the joke of the day called Revised Salary.
This is your revised salary. We recommend you keep it confidential.
Don't worry, I'm equally ashamed of it. And now, we have a hotline from Mingming in China.
尊敬的青海无上师及无上师电视台团队，前段时间我看师父邀请他的艺术家朋友到新地道场做客的节目《永恒之友》第3集，他看到师父与世界级艺术家往期互动的精彩影片，他听到师父为感谢艺术家而落泪的肺腑之言时，我被深深感动，也情不自禁地哭了。直到节目结束，这让我忽然理解了师父的音乐剧《沉默的眼泪》里 Loving the silent tears for you more than the diamonds of the world， 喜欢为您掉下的眼泪胜过世界的珠宝那句话的含义。青海无上师，您不但是在世名师，也是最棒的艺术家，谢谢您。当即感受到一位名师对世界的无私大爱，也同时感受到名师兼顾每个灵魂事无巨细的真爱。而激动落泪的时刻，就是最幸福的时刻。内在灵魂因为重获真爱而被泪水清洗，再次焕然一新时，这的确是世间少有的珍贵体验，远远胜过任何世间珠宝。永恒之友节目中，艺术家们发自内心的完美演绎，师父无微不至的点评与鼓励，都让人感受到满满的爱力。 艺术的确是无国界的，是最好的沟通与交流方式，能在无形中化解很多翻译。
中国政策与北京的一个中国原则明显不同。美国对台湾的主权归属
당국이 정한 조건이 허락하면 최대한 빨리 북한 내 협력사무소를 다시 열 계획이라며 프랑스는
Mi emplazamiento al señor Humberto López de que vayamos a la televisión nacional cubana y tengamos un debate punto por punto de todo lo que ellos atacan y alegan en contra mía.
Quemar mercados, lanzar cadenas en el tendido eléctrico, verter arena en motores de ómnibus o poner carteles contrarrevolucionarios.
Hace media hora invirtió la televisión nacional cubana para denunciar los supuestos sabotajes presuntamente vinculados con cubanos que viven en Estados Unidos. Uno de ellos es William Cabrera González.
Verdaderamente yo pienso que la dictadura no se va a salir con todas estas mentiras y calumnias que están tratando de
And even though his experience
Las informaciones aquí en Radio Martí y vamos a darles noticias, sobre todo vamos a hablar de lo que se ha publicado en un informe por el Instituto Pro Democracia IDEA con sede en Estocolmo, en Suecia. Ha concluido que el 61% de las naciones del mundo aplicaban restricciones que eran ilegales, desproporcionadas, indefinidas o innecesarias para enfrentarse a la pandemia del COVID-19. Estas medidas, dice IDEA, amenazan la democracia y los derechos humanos. Entre los países ampliamente considerados democracias, el 43% cayó en esta categoría, pero se elevó al 90%. La organización intergubernamental. Era de esperar que los regímenes autoritarios que tenían menos controles y equilibrios utilizaran la excusa proporcionada por la pandemia para endurecer su control. Así afirma la agencia France Press al secretario general Kevin Casa Zamora. Lo que es más sorprendente es que tantas democracias han adoptado medidas que son problemáticas.
.com/hotline.
Pray for World Vegan in order to rescue our world. Please join Supreme Master Ching Hai, sincerely meditate and or pray for World Vegan in order to rescue our world. Every Thursday and Sunday at 9 p.m. Hong Kong time.
Make an alarm. Wherever you are, whatever you do, please stop for some moment to pray for World Vegan. 9 o'clock evening, Hong Kong time.
Thank you for spending time with us on North Fork News.
May your moments be replaced with inner peace and celestial inspiration.
We thank all the reporters, journalists, photographers, camera persons, individuals, groups, companies everywhere in the world for all your contributions of news that bring hope to humans and animals, thus uplifting the atmosphere of our planet. May heaven bless your noble endeavors and protect you always, especially while on challenging duty. Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/MWN.
Le programme offre plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/MWN.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/MWN.
हमारे कार्यक्रम पेश किए जाते कई भाषाओं में कृपया देखिए suprememastertv.com/schedule और suprememastertv.com/MWN.
Some diseases related to meat consumption or production. Fatal prion diseases transmissible through air or milk.
Rabies, anthrax, sleeping sickness, Q fever, norovirus, swine flu, Ebola resistant virus.
Cured meats and fish increase leukemia risk in children.
Antibiotic-resistant superbug infections and other dangerous bacterial strains.
Blue tongue disease, E. coli, Salmonella.
Bird flu, mad cow disease, or Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. 90% of the population at risk.
Pig's disease, or PMWS, listeriosis, shellfish poisoning, pre-eclampsia, Campylobacter, Clostridium difficile.
Diseases hidden in healthy appearing livestock.
Food poisoning, heart attack, kidney failure from toxic additives like melamine and clenbuterol.
Some of the costs of meat eating.
Infertility. Eating just one serving of meat per day increases the risk of women's infertility by 52%, with additional meat consumption increasing the risk.
Heart disease. Over 17 million lives lost globally each year. Cost of cardiovascular disease is at least $1 trillion a year.
Cancer.
Increased childhood cancers and adult reproductive cancers from hormones in meat.
Colorectal cancer. Over 1 million new colon cancer patients diagnosed each year. More than 600,000 colon cancer-related mortalities annually. In the United States alone, colon cancer treatment costs about $6.5 billion. Millions of people are newly diagnosed with other meat-related cancers every year.
Diabetes.
347 million people are affected worldwide.
An estimated $174 billion spent each year on treatment in just the United States. Obesity. Worldwide, 1.6 billion adults are overweight, with 400 million more who are obese. Costs $93 billion each year for medical expenses in the United States alone. At least 2.6 million people die annually from problems related to being overweight or obese.
Environmental. Use up to 70% of clean water. Pollute most of the water bodies. Deforest the lungs of the earth. Uses up to 43% of the world's cereal. Uses up to 85% of the world's soy. Cause world hunger and wars. 80% cause of global warming. Plus more.
Some of the costs of milk consumption. Cowpox from milking cows. Bacterial microbes, pesticides, and enzymes found in cheese derived from the inner stomach linings of other animals. Up to 80% of the calories in cheese are from pure fat.
Breast, prostate, and testicular cancer from hormones present in milk. Listeria and Crohn's disease. Hormones and saturated fat leads to osteoporosis, obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. Linked to higher incidence of multiple sclerosis. Classified as a major allergen. Lactose intolerance. Plus more.
To help quitting, please visit the following websites. For more urgent information, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/killers.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programas offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
저희 방송은 다양한 언어를 제공합니다. 다음을 참고하세요. suprememastertv.com/schedule.
It is believed that the Basques are descendants of Neolithic farmers who became separated from other European communities due to their geographical isolation. Their combination of biological and linguistic uniqueness have led many scholars to conclude that the Basques are Europe's oldest race. The creative Basque people of France and Spain. Watch on to find out more. Delightful viewers, if you ever visit the inspiring Basque region, you may be greeted with Kaixo, which means hello in Basque, a language spoken by the Basque people in southwest France in northwest Spain. I'm Mary Bell. The Basque wish that wildflowers grow and decorate your beautiful country with all the colors of the rainbow. Welcome to our show, The Creative Basque People of France and Spain, presenting the fascinating Basque culture. The Basque country is a region covering southwest France and northwest Spain that the locals call Euskal or Basque speaker. Euskal refers to the Basque language. It is a very unique one that is linguistically different from all other known languages. It is believed that the Basques are descendants of Neolithic farmers who became separated from other European communities due to their geographical isolation. Their land features mountainous terrain, rocky landscapes, coastal lookouts, and an abundance of beauty. The combination of biological and linguistic uniqueness has led many scholars to conclude that the Basques are Europe's oldest race. Excavations at sites throughout the Basque country indicate that the Basques have occupied the Western Pyrenees for at least 5 millennia. It has been suggested that they descended directly in southern France and the cave of Altamira.
Compró existe 조사
Algunas dificultades con la posición de la vacuna BCG no se aplica que
Mas otros dirigentes eran reconocidos por los estudiantes como los organizadores y luchadores al
On the island of Patmos, in a vision looking out over the Mediterranean Sea towards the west, just south of Italy, at Malta, he saw this beast rise up where Mr. Gorbachev and Mr. Bush met on the high seas and started us on the final move to set up the New World Order, the fourth beast of Daniel, which is just about ready to be magnified and enlarged as we watch the whole world go into socialism, communism, atheism, anti-Godism, all in the name of God. Ladies and gentlemen, the first thunder was uttered. It wasn't long after that. Again, the Pope was involved in the second thunder that took place. I would advise you, if you can, to write and ask for the message, the thunders of Revelation. The thunders of Revelation. We have it on CD or cassette tapes, about 5 or 6 of them. Close an offering when you write. Listen to them carefully. Tell us what station you listen to. Address your letter to the Overcomer, Post Office Box 691, Walterboro, 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 South Carolina, and the zip code is 29488, USA. The first thunder, Daddy Bush moving against Iraq, leads us up to the message on the ram and the goat, Daniel chapter 8. That too is a message we have on tape, very extensively preached, and you need to listen to it. We put it on the air over and over again, not even add it to... You've been listening to the international broadcast, The Overcomer. This is the voice of the last day prophet of God, projecting and preaching the gospel of the coming kingdom of heaven as a witness unto all nations. You may address your correspondence, your letter of support, to me, Brother Stair, S-T-A-I-R, Post Office Box 691. That's Brother Stair, Post Office Box 691, Walterboro, W-A-L-T-E-R-B-O-R-O, South Carolina, 29488. 8888-USA. Please, when you write, always tell us the station that you're listening to and write today. May God bless you until the next broadcast. Maranatha.
At this time, WWCO, Worldwide Christian Radio, ceases operations on this frequency. We invite you to tune your shortwave receivers to 13.845 megahertz. 13.845 megahertz. That's 13.845 megahertz. We'll begin operations on that frequency in a few moments.
En las tunas, la vida y obra del jefe del directorio revolucionario 13 de marzo, comandante del ejército.
He got out here, so we were able to chat with him just a little bit again, and I guess he said he was up and he was on calls and he was listening to us, but you had taken off by the time he got off the phone there, so but it is good to have him out here in the morning times as well. I sure do miss Ken though. Our friend in the high desert. It's been a long time since I've heard him. Well, I guess not too long. I heard him running the man last week. M5YRJ, go ahead.
Loop up there and ran about 3 miles under it, probably. But still good to get out and exercise, man.
I'll be sure you anchor into a stud somewhere. Well, to do it, bud. Hey, I just mounted 2 TVs, guys, so it ain't no big deal. Okay, can you lift it over your head? Well, I put it above my fireplace, Ken, and I've got 12-foot ceilings in that room. And this thing sits at the top of the ceilings. I can send you a picture if you'd like. And I was lifting this 55-inch TV up a ladder and onto the mount that I'd mounted up there. The mount is, I would have to say, 8 foot off the deck. Yeah. And so the back of that TV, the center of that TV is about 8 foot off the deck. So yeah, I did it all by myself on a ladder. And we're gonna. And it had a.
No. Yeah, it would really help if you did. The band is a little bit odd this morning.
I just got here. I'm trying to prop my eyes open. Oh, okay. I got up a little earlier. I was on 40 listening to the usual suspects. Well, that should help. Oh, yeah.
Предприятия и частный сектор наращивают инвестиции в фундаментальные исследования. Ликосян подчеркнул.
这个美境之间的公路、铁路做成对接，研究提高跟真数成为。
So I can sit on my exercise bike, look straight ahead, and there's the TV. But can shop the TVs, you know, look at what you want. I just bought that 55-inch QLED TV, 4K, smart TV for $449.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. I'm not looking forward to that. In fact, I've been avoiding that project.
Alright. Well, but the hangers are, you know, once you get the hanger on the wall, it's pretty simple. But you got to hit studs with the hanger.
I like it yesterday Trump signed an executive order that Americans get the vaccine first, because Biden's administration said they're going to distribute it all over the world and Americans will have to wait their turn, and Trump said balderdash, and so he signed it into an executive order, and he said, now, let Biden overrun that one. He's already setting him up.
Is this the vaccine thing you're talking about, Mike?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. It seems like if we developed it, we ought to be able to use it.
Well, it should go to us first, and then when everybody's pretty much vaccinated and we got plenty, then we can pass it on. But China has theirs, and I think Russia, I heard him say one time, I don't know if I've seen it, but Russia has theirs.
Yeah, but Russia is probably sugar water.
Vodka. You give them a shot of that, they don't care if it's a vaccine or not, Wayne. Yeah, I watched him sign it yesterday.
Well, you know my theory on that, Mike. That for China, it's just another solution to another problem. They're trying to reduce their population anyway.
Exactly. Yeah, but they only lost 300,000 people over there, Ken, and yet there were people reporting on ham radio and everything else of the thousands and thousands of bodies that were being dumped into ditches and burnt and buried. Talk about a nice crematorium. An Arizona Supreme Court agrees to review voter fraud case, so that's still looking good. I don't know if anybody saw it. It wasn't on many of the news media, but OAN and Newsmax had it. The rally in Georgia, boy, he had, I'm going to guess, 30,000 people show up.
I see Billy's down below us, Mike.
Yeah, I hear him scratching every now and then.
Yep. I just took a peek, and it was Billy talking anyway. I don't know who he's... somebody, Mike, whoever that is.
Yeah, I don't know. Alan sneaks down there every now and then. Well, I won't say sneaks, but he's down there every now and then. A few of the guys are all down there. They had a split up on 43 and some of them went down about 10 or so, or somewhere in there, and then they split there, and now they're down here on 10, which is fine. Maybe some of our goodness will rub off on them. I'd like to think that, but that ain't the case.
Well, Billy's pretty good egg. I've had him to stop by and visit with me over here. He's a lot of fun to be around.
I told him, I said, have you ever worked anybody in Butte? And he came back to me and said, you know, that's funny. I've never talked to anybody in Butte. It's like, what's going on? Is that the proverbial black hole? Yeah, you know, it's interesting. That is very interesting.
W9 AM.
Local time.
Desde la 1 de la tarde continuará la 60 Serie Nacional de Béisbol en el estadio Nelson Fernández, y después estará enfrentando a Pinatón Río. El 26 de julio aterriza Villa Clara, en el que toda esta hora Matanzas, Isla de la Juventud. En el Huelga, se la verán el líder Francis Bilbín presenta a Guantánamo. En la Plaza Americana, Magabeque estará bajo ramos industriales. Aquí el Huracán en Plaza pudiera llegar a mil indiscutibles.
United States on Galaxy 19 K-band at 90.
日中嘅生活，因此身體狀況唔係太好。劉希望香港人繼續關注其他在囚人士同埋手足，都係抗爭者。一批
新時代的一大特色，外交要硬起來，是這位中共集權者所一貫倡導的。非常今年我們看到中國外交官更支持。
компаний, оказывающих подобные услуги. Замглавы Шанхайского центра по контролю и профилактике.
Sala Pedro Valle de Moria, la cual se efectuará este viernes y sábado del Coliseo de la Ciudad Deportiva.
Good morning or buenos dias. You know, all of them, every one of them. I passed 6 white people in that same morning, and I got one of them to say good morning back. I had to be the one that initiated and say good morning. And out of all 6 of them, only one of them would respond back. So yesterday morning, was it not yesterday? I guess it was last week. I was doing the same trail, doing the same loop and stuff, and I had passed. I say good morning. I can say the Hispanic ones always say good morning. It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. They always say good morning, even if they can't even hardly say it. They always make an effort to say it. And then I passed some old white guy as I come over that bridge, and I said good morning. I said, well, it must not be too good. You can't speak to nobody. Keep going.
I don't know what it is, man. Why people gotta be like that? Just not take much effort to just say good morning.
Oh, that's funny, brother.
And it's so true. I mean, there's so many times I'll say good morning, and they'll just look at you. And I'll say, well, hell, I guess it is. Sorry to hear that. There's so many people behind the 8 ball, miserable, can't get ahead, can't get a place to live that they can afford, can't get around, and they do a job that they could do in, 39 other states. They took New York out. Well, even New York, I mean, it's just New York's all countryside. It's very affordable. I mean, no, just leave. Go somewhere else. I talked to Josh last night. He actually came by here. Maybe in Mississippi, somewhere in that area. Okay, not necessarily. Just they decided they're not going to buy a house here in California. And, it'll be a while before he moves, but they definitely move. It's a nice place. Like you said, it's chilly. And I wasn't born here. I was born in Chicago, actually. I didn't move here till 1971. But obviously most of my time there. And boy, has it changed. I mean, it's changed significantly. The last 10 years, it's even gotten worse and worse. The last 15 years. I remember back in 2000 even, 1999, on a Wednesday, you get up there by 5 o'clock, get a restaurant before the game starts and all that. And you get a restaurant.
Call it, but you know what I call it. They keep changing their name once they're found out who they are. Just like global warming now has turned into climate change. That's funny. Larry, was that you?
Bob. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Steve. I hear you.
Oh, Bob. Hello, Bob.
Very nice. What's the best of it?
Wow, you are weak.
Yeah, I got it. Oh, hang on.
My noise level's only an S5, and I could barely hear you through it.
Well, it'd be nice if I got out of the tune mode.
That helped somewhat. Weren't you still tuning?
No, I'm done tuning now.
Okay.
Got 200 watts now.
Wow, you normally you're 20 over, you're about S7.
Yeah, that's about right. You're F9 now.
I beg your pardon, you're F9.
Perfect. Well, I'm talking it up to 20 over 9.
And the band's not real good for short stuff.
No. I'll be right back.
On superstations out of Montana 20 years ago. Mike, I know your call.
I chatted with you on CW many years ago. It was back in the 80s. And I always admired what you had there. I had no idea that you downsized like that. I know who you are.
I don't think there were any other big Montana stations except W7LR. And by the way, he's still alive, but he's in a rest home. And not doing well. He's almost 100 years of age. And you probably knew him as well. And boy, that guy, he was something. He was a super DXer and got a much larger reputation than I've ever had, over.
Well, yeah, but Mike, no, you're very notable. I would imagine over that run when you had that station up and operating there, you know, to have a Montana station, many of the DX stations, you probably got clobbered with QSL requests from from your grid square and just being in Bozeman, because honestly, that station that I saw photos of that. Mike, that was not for the faint of heart. It's a pleasure to talk to you again. It really is. Thank you.
Well, thank you for the kind remarks. By the way, that was on the front cover, I think it was the November issue of 2004. Just a second. I've got it hanging on my wall, and go over there and look outside.
Oh yeah, I know. I saw that, and I can't believe it. Kerry, we're actually talking to a rock star here.
Yeah, I think it was QSC November 2004 that was on, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, for God's sake. Well, Mike, listen, we, Kerry and a couple others, Kerry's, he's very deeply involved in electronics, and the other stations that stop in here, we're usually here for about an hour. We're here generally just about every morning, but it would sure be a pleasure to have you stop in. Aside from that, to talk to a Montana boy on phone, it's a rarity. I just don't hear many guys. I don't know what's going on up there, but you're certainly a notable one. It's really a pleasure to have you on frequency here.
Well, I appreciate all those kind comments. Thank you very much. By the way, I sold that place out, lock, stock, and barrel, the whole work. A couple of houses, the station, all the towers. I left all my HF transceivers for him, virtually all of them, and everything. And we know that about 4 or 5 years later, he was also a flyer. He came out of California. He was a flyer, and he wanted to put a runway on that ridge where all the towers were. Honestly, it was a ham station and everything. But I guess he sort of got tired too. And so he tore down the towers and he put up a runway. And the station's gone. It's too bad because you just cannot imagine the amount of work that went into that. I really wanted to know some guys down there. And the K7X in particular never will spend his time down. He was back there a couple of years ago. He's smoking up the power. We have so many other guys that want to pump the 200-foot towers. It's the way it gets there. Anyway, like one in the sorry to admit this, but I had to clean out my shop last year, and the shop was just overrun with junk from all our previous houses, and I'm doing retirement mode for that. And anyway, I had a green garbage can that was probably 40% larger than a normal tin garbage can, metal garbage can.
Oh, yeah.
That thing was absolutely well-filled with peanut cards from all over the world, and it killed me that I just had to get rid of them when I could.
Oh, my goodness. Well, Mike, this is really something. Are you an early bird? Do you normally get up at this time with a cup of coffee and, run around the bands? Is that what you do?
Yeah. I went out on 150 meters and worked that band, milked it for FDA contact, looking for the second. I hardly ever find it on that band right now. And then I go to 80 on it, and then 40 and 30 and 20 and on up the line. Lots of days I'll have 162 10-meter contact on every band.
Oh, I'll be darned. Okay, well, if you don't mind, stop in here, because this is really a thrill, and I'm planning a trip up there next year. I've got family down in Idaho Falls. I've got family in Great Falls, Lolo, Billings, and of course Butte. I haven't been up for a while, but if I head up to Great Falls, I'd certainly like to come by and shake your hand. I mean, and I'm not trying to blow smoke up your skirt here, but Mike, it really is. I read about you years ago, and I said, well, as a Montana guy, I never became financially agile enough to do what you did, but what you did there in Bozeman, Mike, that was over the top, man. It really was.
Yeah, I think my wife thought that too. It was fun. I got a lot of stories about it, Terry, I could share with you, and it'd be fun to, sit down and have coffee with you. My present house is very modest. I have only wiring right now, and I'm hoping I can talk my wife into a 48-foot HDBX tower, which was the first tower I ever owned, by the way, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And anyway, I'd like to put one of those up with a hex beam, and I think I could have a lot of fun. I'm having a ball. I feel just like a novice all over again. It's hard to imagine. FDA is and I highly recommend you look into it.
Well, I'm kind of like Kerry here, Mike. I'm a bit of a dinosaur. I operate a little bit of phone with guys I know, and most of my activity is CW, but my station's very modest here. I'm in Paradise, California. The whole damn town burned down in November of 2018. I lost everything. All of my... I'm operating on a shoestring right now, but, the house was damaged, but everything else is gone. And I just retired that year, so... I'm a little bit annoyed. I missed your poo-poo pants on the radio, about all this, nonsense. Of course, it was all overlooked by the state of California and the ideology down here. And by the way, that reminds me of your previous statement. Up in Montana, if I had somebody complain to me about my antenna, being from Butte, you could imagine what my response would be to someone complaining about my antenna.
Yeah, I don't know. I love Montana. My mother retired high school, and so my grandfather homesteaded back there at the turn of the previous century, along with my grandmother. He came to Norway at a young age of 13, couldn't speak a word of English, wound up with her own homestead, and she worked it out herself, and it was amazing. And later she met my grandfather, they got married, and had 7 kids. So, anyway, I love western North Dakota, eastern Montana. My wife took a look at that and said, no way.
Well, being out in Sydney, by the way, I lived in Sydney also,
And my mom, well, it was kind of a funny thing, but anyway, at the age of three, Mandan isn't very far from Sydney, right?
Not that far. Across the river from
Exactly. And I was 3 years of age, and they left me in the car to go into the house, and it was up on a hill, and it was a 1953 Chevy Fastback, you know. I don't remember what model. I was too young, but at the age of 3, I kicked the emergency brake off, and the car wasn't parked properly. I rolled down the hill. I wrecked my first car at the age of 3. I totaled it. Well, it was quite an experience. I do remember when the police officers, the emergency crew, if it hadn't been for the big tree crew, there was guys were seeing this car come down the hill. They were in a great big city truck with a bunch of debris, and they stopped the truck right there in the intersection because they knew the car was going to race through the intersection.
What numbnuts? You should probably live out in the high desert somewhere, so you could have a couple acres, have a big shop, you know, you have all kind of room to work and do stuff like that, and store all your junk. So yeah, we got out there and cleaned leaves, and all his stuff was full of leaves. I just blew the best I could, and I said, I'm not moving all that shit around, you know. But it's funny, you know, how neighbors. I guess I've complained to him before because of the noise. I hadn't really said anything this year, but years past, man, he'd be over there making all kind of racket and stuff, and I just say, hey man, can you like close the door or something? Everything echoes. We got the mother-in-law here. She's not in the best health, and man, can't get any peace, can't get any rest because you're making so much racket down there, man. Come on, you know, be considerate to others. So, yeah, anyways, that's my event from him this morning, for him this morning. Anyways, N6NBV, yeah, buddy. Happy Wednesday, N5YRJ.
Yeah, let's think about the leaves. When the winds are up, Santa Ana winds are up. I mean, I hope he understands he's probably getting shit from the top of that hill with the damn water tower on it from there. Of course you got leaves. Yeah, I remember you saying that he was working on stuff early morning and later in the evening there. Especially when you guys are sitting out back trying to do that, you know? Nuts. But at least you went over and talked to him. I'm sure you asked him real nice. Which I'm sure you did. I'm not being funny, you know. And it's funny when you're nice to someone, they don't know how to react. They're expecting something different. That's why they don't know how to react when you say good morning to them when they come by. I mean, hell, I say good morning to everybody. There's this couple out there walking. They could be 100 frickin' yards away. They see me walking up Melinda. I always see them when I'm going up Melinda. I'm on the ham radio through the iPhone. And boy, they dig their mask out of their pockets and they put their mask on and they get out in the street like having cycling and having the first lane just so they can walk by. And I say, oh, good morning, and I take a step towards them when I say it. You know, not like walking over to them, but just one step, and it startles them every morning. You see the whites in their eyes glaze. They say, oh, yeah, good morning. Oh, shit. I should go by coughing and hacking and sneezing one time and see him run across the street.
Oh man, that's pretty funny. I wonder if it's the same couple from the Lake Forest Sports Park the other day that mentioned about the special needs kids didn't have any mask on. Maybe we ought to call on them. Oh man, crazy stuff. Yeah, I told Elsa that too, and she's like, man, people are just too much. So yeah, it's crazy. Oh, and the bench. You know, you mentioned the bench earlier. I went ahead and ordered it yesterday. I went ahead and ordered it yesterday morning, and because I just figured, you know, it's been a couple weeks. I've been wanting a bench. Well, I had those weights for, you know, several weeks now, and Mike was supposed to get me one from Sam's club there, and I never heard any more back from him. So I was like, well, shit, I'm not going to wait forever, man. So I went ahead and ordered one like yours yesterday. And I told Elsa about it. She said, why didn't you get the one with the whole cables and all that? I said, honey, you realize that's a couple grand what you're talking about? Don't you understand with dumbbells you can lay on that bench and you can do all kinds of exercises? But I guess she doesn't realize that, because over Paola's house they've got all kinds of fancy fandangles, leg press machines and all that. But man, all I need is a bench. I can do you can do flies, you can do, you know, bench, you can do skull crushers, gosh, you can do one-arm rows, just a multitude of things. You can do abs, you know, do leg raises and all kinds. There's just so many things you can do with one bench and just being off the floor. So I'm looking forward to it. And those Bowflex weights, they go out to 52.5 pounds, each one of them. So that's a lot of weight, and nothing wrong with that. Down with that.
Federal, what the required CFM is, and it'll tell you usually.
Yeah, it's, I looked that up and it's covered. It's just the RF section where you have to see.
And you know what the battery is? It's not flour and cake shot battery. The battery's mostly pecan.
That's why they're so good.
Oh yeah. The calorie density is not mentioned anywhere. I asked David, he won't tell me.
Man, here come my...
Bring me another cup up. 85 SJ Mobile.
WR5DC Mobile.
I'm not moving. W5RJ in the airplane.
Way up on Namakwa Hill running again via remote, and I'm not doing too well. So figure out what's going on there. Try to get that going. So Steve can, I wonder if he can do a late check-in, or at least next week's check-in to the WinLink net. And I'll say 73. Over to you, OJ, and I'll just leave it on KSS here. Keep listening. K0OJ, W0ST. Ooh. Okay, much better. Yeah, oh, that was great. Where's my arrow? Right there. Okay, yeah, this one jumped over a little bit because of the VFO thing they added. Yep, I'm real good into Utah now. Both sidebands, I will say. So there, yeah. Yep, doing real good in there. So, let's see, let me get this back over to there. Yep, I'm doing real good into Utah now, so she showed me back up again. Okay, bye-ho, Gararino. I don't know whether the other Gararino, Laughing Yet Gararino, was leaving or not or whatever, so anyway, that's the ticket.